Hi, my name is Noni Matikela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about uBongani Ntanzi versus Ubaloyi. Guys, this is the guy that most of us have been saying this, that we're worried about, which is Bongani Ntanzi. We were worried about Bongani. We felt like he's a weak link. We felt like Bongani is going to crack under cross-examination, not because he's guilty of something, but because he's the one that is being targeted, but because he is the one that is less experienced when it comes to these things of being arrested, and he is not a criminal. All of those things, we were worried about him. We treated uBongani Ntanzi as some sort of a fragile person, iqanda sisiqonda uba lo uzomtshumza uzomqhumfuza uzoliqhumfuza iqanda lethu hayiba aliphahlaze phansi alilahle kude wathi uBongani Ntanzi unotshe nithaba ubani mna hayibo bengihleli apha mna kwesi situlo bendilapha mna. I've been sitting here for over 3 years. I know exactly how Baloyi moves. Bongani was like, I know how Baloyi moves. I know him. I've studied him. I've done a diploma on this guy's personality. I've done a diploma. I've done a lot of modules here, 10 per year for 3 years. What do you mean you are worried about me? Worried for what? He was like, worried for me. No, no, guys, you have absolutely no reason to be worried about me. I got this. I've done 10 modules per year on this man, including the judge, both of them. I know them. I know them. They've trained me. I've taken lectures from these people. Bongani flipped the entire script on Baloyi, and Ubaloyi is standing there, shocked. And Ubongani is always on Ubaloyi every day. Every day. Kuba caught those days where he is way up Mount Kilimanjaro. And then there are days he's like, okay, let's take Drakensberg Mountain today. And then there are days where he says, you know what, let's just take Table Mountain. There are days he takes him through mountains that that Baloyi has never anticipated, including us, the people that are watching the case. We are always like, at this point, we even stopped anticipating. We already know Undanzi every day on Ulo Baloyi, because excuse me, Baloyi, you get beaten up by a high school drop. Whenever, guys, I say a high school dropout, no, I'm saying it. I've never been proud of someone who dropped out of school. My goodness, I've never been so proud of anyone who left school like I am with uBongani Ntanzi. I am so proud, guys. I am a proud aunt, a proud sister here, because it's wrong to drop out of school, guys. It is wrong. Guess what? It worked out. uBongani is one of those people dropping out of school. It worked for, in a way, as much as it did not work wonderful things. But when it comes to this situation, oh my words, oh my goodness, even Baloyi is surprised, Baloyi is shocked, Baloyi keeps on being, oh, did this boy just dance? Is like, wozala wena. Anywho, let's get into the video, because I just wanted to say, wow, Bongani. So this is the moment the state didn't see coming. Just like us, we did not see this Bongani. We are so proud of this Bongani. Not when the witness breaks, not when the pressure rises. No, that is not what's happening here. But when the witness fights back and starts winning, big time. Because right now, in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial, Bongani Ntanzi is no longer under pressure. He is turning cross-examination into a battlefield. And the one who might be losing control, Advocate George Baloyi. Let's get into this. Now, there's one rule that uBaloyi broke, okay, guys? There is a rule, every trial lawyer knows. Never keep a witness longer than necessary in the witness box. He did what? He took him way above necessary. He's busy there reaching uBaloyi, because now he kept Bongani Ntanzi 5 weeks in the witness box, and he keeps Bongani Ntanzi 5 weeks in the witness box. The same Bongani Ntanzi that studied him for over 3 years, who knows him. The blunder that Ubaloyi did there. Because the longer you keep a witness in a box, they stop fearing you, they start studying you, they begin predicting your moves, and then they stop answering and start countering. That is exactly what is happening then. Number 2 of the things that has happened in that courtroom during Bongani and Baloyi's situation, cross-examination, the transformation of Ntanzi. Let's talk about that. At the beginning, he was careful, defensive, measured, but now Bongani Ntanzi is confident, sharp, unshaken. He understands the phone records. Clearly, he understands them. He understands the photo evidence, the things that he does with all of that. Oh my goodness. The timelines, he understands them, timelines. He understands them. And most importantly, he understands Baloyi's strategy. And that is dangerous for Baloyi. Point number 3. We are dealing with a cross-examination that collapses live on national television while people are watching. And we are dealing with it's a bit, I don't have tissue here or anything where I would use to show you what is happening here. Because we have a Baloyi that he is sweating, even if it's not hot in Pretoria. He is sweating and he keeps, because yes, you can see the signs, repeated questions, secular arguments, frustration creeping in, even moments like, did you say that in English? Excuse me, sir. That's not strategy anymore. That's a prosecutor losing control of the narrative and getting frustrated and angry. The only thing that we have not yet seen is him. He has been visible, surprised, angry, but he has not expressed it njengorata. He has not done any of that njengorata, but oh my goodness, Ntanzi has grip yakhe kuwo. He's like gripping on Ubaloyi. Now, point number 4. The one thing that has become very dangerous here is how things shifted. Here is what most people miss. Cross-examination is supposed to break the witness, but when it goes wrong, it builds the witness. And right now, Advocate George Baloyi is applying pressure, but Bongani Ntanzi is absorbing it and firing back. That's very scary. That's very scary for any prosecutor, especially a seasoned one, plus minus 30 years experience, to be dealt with by a guy that dropped out in high school, that he is supposed to be the one that has him here, and it's the other way around. Bongani Ntanzi has Baloyi here. Sorry, point number 5. Now, one thing that we see there is the defense sitting there and watching and waiting. They only speak when it's necessary. This is where it gets even more dangerous for Baloyi, because now the defense has taken notes. They've spotted the cracks. They've been where the state is struggling. They've seen where the state is struggling. So when a re-examination begins, it won't be clean up. It will be counter-attack. And Ubaloyi will not even have an opportunity to come back. Do you see how sad that is? Point number 6. Now, we are waiting in anticipation. How much of a fire are we going to need fire brigaders when the re-exam happens? The real explosion. Are we going to be calling 911? What's going to happen? Watch this. The defense will revisit strong points, revisit strong answers, clarify confusing questions, expose weakness, and expose weak lines of cross-examination. And most importantly, they will use Baloyi's own questions against him. Did you hear that? They will use Baloyi's own questions against him. Now, one of the other things that are happening in point number 7 is the shift, it's the courtroom shift, the courtroom power shift that happened there. This is the moment trials turn. The witness becomes stronger. The prosecutor becomes reactive. The narrative starts slipping. And once that happens, it's very hard to recover. And I don't see Baloyi coming back from this. This is no longer just cross-examination. This is control slipping in real time, because the biggest mistake in courts is this: staying too long, asking too much, searching instead of proving. And when that happens, the witness doesn't collapse. He flips the script. He flips the script, and that is exactly what happened for that is exactly what happened here in this situation. That is what Bongani did Ubaloyi. And Ubaloyi is standing there in disbelief because what? He thought Ubongani Ntanzi is his power move. He thought Ubongani Ntanzi is where he's going to bury the defense. He thought Ubongani Ntanzi is where he is going to maximize everything. But guess what? Ubongani was like, you are not telling me that shit. You are not going to tell me that shit. I'm going to handle you like a pro. And guess what? He did exactly that. He dealt with Ubaloyi. Ubaloyi is left wondering. There are days where Ubaloyi is like, because he's like, who's this boy? What happened to him? You trained him, sir. You trained him. And he's fully trained right now. There is absolutely nothing Ubaloyi, Ugeninda, Umukhola, Umukhane, Umulaudzi, Umabena, or anyone who has ever dealt with Ubongani Ntanzi can do right now. He is strong as they come. He is strong as they come. And the biggest mistake that Ubaloyi did was to keep Ntanzi in that witness box longer than necessary, longer than he needed to be there. What are your thoughts when it comes to this? Let's talk in the comment section. I want to hear your views. Thank you so much. I will see you on our next video. Bye-bye.